What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Nerd Media, and we are just over halfway through the year with movies and everything. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys my top 10 of the year for movies so far, 2025 releases. And, you know, this is probably going to be one of the last videos before Superman, so obviously this list is probably going to change after that comes out. But this is going to be my top 10 so far, and we're halfway through the year of movies. So we're going to be diving into all that and more in this video. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Nerd Media. I talk about movies, TV shows, and comic books all the time on this channel. Today we're talking about my top 10 favorite movies of 2025 thus far, now that we're in July. So with all that being said, sit back, relax, enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment down below your top 10. And with all that being said, let's dive right into the video. So coming in at number 10, I'm going to give it to Mickey 17. This is a movie that, or the more I think about it, it kind of just, it goes a little bit down for me, not just because I've seen more movies since Mickey 17 release, but I feel like overall it definitely was an overhyped experience from me personally. I think that it is still a very, very good movie. Robert Pattinson's great in it. I think that it's such like a weird and wacky film that it's supposed to be. It's a great sci-fi movie. I'm always a sucker for an IMAX movie, and the fact that this was shot entirely in IMAX made me very happy. There's a lot of things I love about this movie. I don't necessarily enjoy the third act as much as I had enjoyed the previous two in this film, but overall I did have a good time with this movie, and that's why it's still at the top 10, but I'm not going to expect this movie to still be in the top 10 by the end of this year. I think that it's probably going to move down pretty soon. Number 9, I'm going to give it to Novocaine. This was such a fun movie, and it genuinely was just an action-packed fun time at the movies, and I feel like it's one of those things where it feels like if you got a sequel to this movie, you'd be okay with it and you'd actually be looking forward to it because of how much you enjoyed it. I personally really did enjoy this movie, and I could see this movie staying in the top 10 for the rest of the year, but I just think overall Novocaine was such a fun time, and it was such a great action movie, and the idea of him not feeling pain and everything is something that I feel like we somehow haven't really seen, at least to this level, in a movie before, and I feel like it was just really done great. Number 8 is going to go to The Life of Chuck. I really did enjoy this movie. I saw it almost 3 weeks ago, and it was one of the movies I was very much looking forward to this year that wasn't like a comic book project or something like that, so I went in with a little bit of high expectations just because of my excitement for it, and I came out definitely not loving it as much as I had hoped to, but I definitely really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really great. I think that the way that they told the story was very unique and interesting, and it's something more unique than I think that we have seen from a movie in at least a while, and it has a lot of great actors in it, a lot of great moments, a lot of great messages. It's overall a very good and heartwarming experience at the movie theaters, especially by the end of the movie, and it was just a very fun time. Number 7, I'm going to give it to From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. When I went in to see this movie, I was very excited for it. I didn't really know exactly what to expect. I expected like not the best of the John Wick films, so I definitely expected something action-packed and fun, but what I got was actually something way more, and I'm very happy with that, and I could see this movie staying in the top 10, honestly. I really did enjoy my time with this movie. It was really great, and I love the John Wick films, and I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to this film as well. I mean, as soon as the movie ended when I saw it, I immediately thought that I would just love to see a sequel to this character and just see the continuation of her character in this film. I think that it was just such a fun time, so many action moments and so many really fun like Easter eggs, references, and obviously appearances. It was a really fun time. For 6, I'm going to give it to The Accountant 2. I actually was very much looking forward to this movie. I really did enjoy the first Accountant, and I love Jon Bernthal, I love Ben Affleck. Jon Bernthal is my favorite actor, so that was one of the main key selling points for me on this movie. I was just so excited to see him in action and see these two characters back together and just have just a fun, like, comedic and just action-packed time. That's exactly what we got, and it was just so much fun. It really was so much fun. I don't understand how people could hate on this movie. I think that it is the better of the two Accountant films. I think that, you know, getting more Jon Bernthal obviously heightens that for me, but I think overall it was just such a fun time, and this is a movie that I could also see not really switching its spot. that. But I think as more movies come out, I think that this may be at the very bottom of the top 10, but it's still just such a fun movie. Number 5, I'm going to give it to Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. The more I think about this movie, the more it kind of goes down a little bit for me. Not too much. I think that I had it at like a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I moved it down to a 4 out of 5. It's still a very good movie and a very good entry to the Mission Impossible films. I do enjoy how everything comes to a close. It has my 2 favorite stunts in the whole entire franchise and just some of my favorite like moments from the year so far with movies, with the plane sequence and the underwater sequence. It really is just an insane movie with all of that stuff, and it really does feel like just a great, it feels like a movie that everybody poured their heart and soul into, and obviously you have to appreciate a movie when it comes to that. And I think that it overall was just such a great time, but I don't know. I definitely don't think it's the best Mission Impossible. It's nowhere near the best. It's probably in like the middle, like right in the middle for me on those. And I think that it was overall just a really great IMAX theater experience. Speaking of really great IMAX theater experiences, number 4 is going to go to Sinners. This movie also has gone down for it a little, for me a little bit as from the first time I watched it in IMAX. I think that it is a fabulous movie that Ryan Coogler made, but I think when I rewatched it when it came out on digital, I definitely didn't feel as much of the magic as I did when I first watched it in theaters. But I do still think that this is a great movie. There's so much great writing, great acting, great storytelling, great horror, just overall great story, visuals, everything. It's just the great use of IMAX in this movie. All of it is really just very great, but I don't know. I just don't feel as connected to this movie as I did when it first came out, but I still love it. Number 3, I'm going to give it to the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake. I loved this movie. I think that it is just as good, in my opinion, as the original. Obviously, that is probably somewhat of a controversial take for some people, considering that a lot of people are hating on this movie for, maybe just some reasons that they don't like it, or just overall just not really hating, but not really liking it just to not like it. But I think that this movie was very great. I had such a great time. It was just so much fun to watch, and I think it captured the magic of the first one perfectly, and I am very excited for what is to come for the future with this live action remake, because I think that this is probably one of the best animated movies you could have possibly made a live action remake for, and I'm so glad that they did it, and it was just a great experience. I really love this movie. Number 2, I'm going to give it to F1. When I saw this movie last week, I was blown away. It's entirely shot on IMAX, like Mickey 17, and it was just such a fun time, such a fun ride, and I want to see this movie again so badly. That's how much I liked it. I think that this movie is going to stay in the top 5 for me for the rest of the year. I loved it. It was so great, so fun, so many genuine, action-packed moments that, so many surprising and shocking moments in this movie. There's a lot of emotion. It was just overall such a great movie. And I'm not somebody who wants to watch racing stuff. I've watched Ford versus Ferrari and I've watched this. Those are the only 2 racing movies I've seen, unless you want to count the Cars movies. But I think that this one is definitely the best that I've seen, and it was just so good. But coming in at number 1, no surprise to anybody, is still Thunderbolts. I haven't rewatched it from when it came out on digital, but I've seen it 4 times. I love this movie. I love its representation of mental health. I love all of it. I love all the characters. I think that the humor still sticks. I think it's one of the funniest MCU movies. I think that it's one of the most soulful MCU movies. I think it's probably the most soulful MCU movie since Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think that it has so many great moments. It's still in my top 10 for the MCU. I think it's even in my top 5 and maybe my number 5. I'm not sure. I have to check it again, but I think that it is one of the best Marvel movies. It has a clear vision from this movie, and it doesn't feel like Marvel had to step in and just make sure that they mentioned and referenced specific different things. It feels like we got a director's vision for this movie, and it feels like it was just done with so much pure love and enjoyment. I think that this movie is going to stick in my top 3 for the rest of the year. It may even be my second favorite. I'm only saying it may not be my number 1 because we have Superman in a few days, and I feel like that is just going to be my favorite movie of the year. But obviously, for now, it's Thunderbolts. I love that movie, and I'm very, very much looking forward to rewatching it when it comes out on Disney Plus. I'm very excited for it. I love this movie, and it got me excited for the future of the MCU. Like, I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four now. Maybe not as much as I am with Superman or that I was with Thunderbolts, but I'm definitely looking forward to that movie. And I think that mainly has something to do with Thunderbolts, not just the post-credit scene where it reveals that they're coming to Earth to 616, but just overall, I feel like I'm more excited for Fantastic Four after this movie. And I think for a while we all forgot that that's what Marvel movies used to always do, and the fact that they were able to do that with this movie is also a great feeling, and I just really love this movie. But I would love to hear your guys' top 10 for the year so far. I've seen 30 2025 movie releases, so this is definitely a definitive top 10 for me. It's going to change, and I'm probably going, the next time I'm going to make a top 10 or top 100, whatever, how many movies I see by the end of the year, will probably be in December when I go through all the movies I've seen this year from 2025 and just ranking them all from least favorite to favorite, because there are definitely some really bad ones at the very bottom that I didn't mention in this list. But I'm probably going to be doing that in a few months. Once we hit the end of the year, I'll go through all of the movies that we have seen, because there are a lot more coming, and there's a lot more, and this list is probably going to be totally different by December. But if you stuck around the video this long, thank you so much. Sincerely, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below your top 10 of the year so far if you have seen 10 movies or more. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.